You are the pillar, the one everyone leans on, the one who always has the answer, the one who keeps the world from falling apart. But there is a quiet truth that only you know. The pillar is cracking. The exhaustion you feel, this deep, bone-weary fatigue, is not your failure. It is the cry of a soul that has held up too much for too long. In this video, we will not learn how to be stronger. We will learn a far more courageous art, the sacred art of letting ourselves fall apart so that we can be reborn whole. Are you ready to finally lay the weight down? You are the one this story is for. The woman who is always praised for being so strong. The one who smiles and says, "I'm fine," while a hurricane rages inside. Think of a woman named Jennifer, 52 years old. In a single day, she lands a major project at work, cares for her ailing mother, and mediates a fight between her teenage children. That evening, her husband holds her and says, "You are incredible." And instead of pride, Jennifer feels a cold, hollow emptiness. She has played the part of the strong woman so perfectly that no one can see the tired human being underneath anymore. And the silent question that echoes in her soul is perhaps the one echoing in yours right now. If I stop playing this part, if I let them see the real mess inside, will anyone stay? And who am I underneath all this armor? So let us begin with that powerful, aching question. Who am I underneath the armor? To answer this, we must first understand the armor itself. In Jungian psychology, this armor has a name. It is called the persona. The persona is the mask we wear to navigate the world. It is the collection of roles we play, the version of ourselves we present to others. For so many women in our culture, the persona we are handed from a very young age is that of the strong one, the capable one, the caregiver, the one who doesn't need help, the one who never breaks. We build this armor piece by piece. Every time we are praised for being helpful, another plate is added. Every time we swallow our own needs to meet someone else's, a rivet is tightened. Over decades, this armor becomes so fused to our skin, we forget it is even there. We forget there is a soft, vulnerable human being living underneath. We believe the armor is us. But this armor comes at a cost, a profound soul-level cost. And this cost has two parts. The first cost is the crushing weight of the performance. Being strong is not a state of being. It is a full-time job. It is a constant, exhausting performance. It requires a colossal amount of your life force, your libido, to hold it all together, to anticipate every need, to solve every problem, to be the calm center of every storm. The exhaustion you feel is not a sign of weakness. It is the logical, predictable outcome of carrying the weight of an entire world on your shoulders. You are not tired because you are failing. You are tired because you are succeeding so perfectly at an impossible task. And this leads to the second cost, which is even more profound. The cost of suppressing the shadow. Remember the shadow, the vast locked room where we store every part of ourselves we have been taught is unacceptable. And what are the primary residents of the shadow for the woman who must always be strong? Her sadness, her anger, her fear, her own needs, her exhaustion itself. Every time you felt like crying but smiled instead, you locked a piece of your sadness in the shadow. Every time you felt rage but stayed silent to keep the peace, you locked a piece of your anger in the shadow. Every time you desperately needed rest but pushed through anyway, you locked your own needs in the shadow. The persona of the strong woman is built directly on top of the prison of the shadow. One cannot exist without the other. And now, in midlife, after decades of this inner division, the soul says, "No more. I can no longer live this divided life. I cannot bear the exhaustion of the performance. I cannot bear the silence from the locked rooms. I demand wholeness." And what happens when the soul demands wholeness? It starts a revolution, a holy rebellion against the tyranny of the persona. And please hear this with all your heart. That feeling of falling apart, of being a mess, of breaking down, is not your failure. It is the revolution. It is the sound of the shadow finally breaking down the prison doors. It is the energy of your sadness, your anger, your exhaustion, your own desperate needs finally flooding the tidy, perfect living room of your persona. It is chaotic, it is terrifying, and it is the most hopeful, life-affirming thing that can happen to you. The breakdown of the persona is the breakthrough of the soul. Your psyche is not malfunctioning, it is functioning perfectly. It is initiating a necessary, albeit painful, process of demolition to save you from a structure that was suffocating you. It is forcing you to stop performing so you can finally start living. This is why trying to be stronger right now is the very worst thing you can do. It is like trying to wallpaper a house during an earthquake. It is a fight against the very force that is trying to liberate you. So if this mess is not a mistake, but a sacred and necessary part of the journey, what do we do? How do we navigate this holy chaos? How do we learn the art of falling apart gracefully? And so, we stand in the beautiful ruins of the persona. The armor has cracked. The pillar has crumbled. The hurricane from the shadow has flooded the living room. It is a mess. How do we navigate this sacred chaos? The journey unfolds in 3 acts of profound courage. 3 acts that go against everything we have ever been taught. The first act is the great surrender. Please, do not mistake surrender for giving up. Giving up is an act of despair. Surrender is an act of profound wisdom. It is the moment you stop fighting a war you were never meant to win, the war against your own humanity. For decades, you have been at war with your own tiredness, your own sadness, your own needs, and you have lost every single battle. Not because you are weak, but because your opponent, your own soul, is infinitely stronger than your ego. The great surrender is the moment of clarity when you finally look at the hurricane inside you and say, I cannot control this. I cannot manage this. I cannot fix this. And I am done trying. It is the single most powerful sentence you can speak at this time. I am done trying. In that sentence is not defeat. In that sentence is liberation. It is the sound of the soldier finally laying down her weapons. It is the beginning of peace. And this act of surrender opens the door to the second act, the act of entering the creative chaos. Our culture is terrified of chaos. We see it as a lack of order, a sign that things have gone wrong. But from a Jungian perspective, and from the perspective of all great spiritual traditions, chaos is not the opposite of creation. Chaos is the womb of creation. Think of a garden. Before you can plant new seeds, you must first turn over the soil. You must break up the hard, compacted earth. It is a messy, chaotic, destructive process, but it is absolutely necessary for new life to grow. The mess you are in right now is your soul turning over the soil of your life. It is breaking up the hard, compacted beliefs of your ego, the rigid structures of your persona, the outdated rules that no longer serve you. It is creating the fertile emptiness, the sacred chaos from which your more authentic self can finally begin to sprout. To be in the mess is to be in the most creative, potent, and sacred space of your entire life. It is a sign that you are not stuck. It is a sign that you are in deep, powerful transformation. And what happens in this sacred chaos? This leads us to the third act, the act of welcoming the shadow's guests. When you surrender, when you stop fighting, the inhabitants of your locked rooms finally feel safe enough to come out. The sadness you have suppressed for 30 years may arrive. Let her come. Sit with her. She is not here to drown you. She is here to be held. She is here to deliver her message of what has been unmourned. The anger you were taught was unladylike may arrive. Let her come. Listen to her. She is not here to destroy you. She is here to show you where your boundaries have been violated. She is here to return your power to you. The exhaustion you have labeled as laziness may arrive. Let him come. He is not here to make you fail. He is here to demand the sacred rest your body and soul have been crying out for. To be a mess is to finally hold a long overdue reunion with all the lost and exiled parts of yourself. It is the beginning of integration. It is the beginning of wholeness. It is the messy, beautiful, and absolutely necessary work of becoming yourself. So if you are in the chaos, if you feel you are falling apart, you are not failing. You are finally succeeding. You are succeeding at the one task the soul gives us in the second half of life, the task of becoming real. So how do we practice this? How do we find the courage to actually allow this mess in our daily lives?
And so we stand in the middle of this sacred mess. We understand its purpose. We honor its wisdom. But how do we live here? The greatest lesson of this entire journey is that true strength is not the ability to hold it all together. True strength is the courage to let it all fall apart and to trust that you have the resilience to find your way through. Self-sovereignty is the moment you stop needing the world to see you as strong and start allowing yourself to see you as human. You no longer need the applause for your performance. Your own self-acceptance becomes the only applause that matters. So, how do we practice this radical act of self-acceptance? How do we apply this deep Jungian wisdom into the beautiful, messy reality of our daily lives? It does not begin with changing your circumstances. It begins with changing your inner monologue. It begins with a single, gentle, courageous practice. I want to offer you a very simple ritual, a way to make this abstract idea of permission into a concrete, physical act of devotion to yourself. I call it the permission slip. Sometime this week, I invite you to find a small piece of paper, a post-it note, a corner torn from a journal. And on this small piece of paper, you are going to write yourself a permission slip, just like you used to get in school. But this one is from your soul to your ego. And you are going to write these words, or words that feel true to you. Today, I give myself permission to not know all the answers. I give myself permission to feel tired. I give myself permission to be unproductive. I give myself permission to cry for no reason. I give myself permission to be a mess. Sign it, and then put this small sacred contract in your wallet or your pocket, somewhere you can touch it during the day. Now, what is the magic in this? This is not just a piece of paper. It is a talisman. It is a physical anchor for a radical new way of being. When you are in a meeting and feel overwhelmed, you can subtly touch the paper in your pocket. It is a reminder. You have permission to not have the answer. When you get home and feel too exhausted to cook, you can look at it. It is a reminder. You have permission to be tired. When a wave of sadness comes over you in the grocery store, you can feel its folded edges against your skin. It is a reminder. You have permission to be a mess. This small, simple act does something profound. It interrupts the lifelong automatic habit of self-criticism. It replaces the voice of the inner tyrant with the voice of the compassionate mother. It is a practice of re-parenting yourself, of giving yourself the unconditional permission that perhaps no one ever gave you. This is how you navigate the chaos, not by fighting it, not by fixing it, but by giving yourself radical permission to be in it, one moment at a time, one permission slip at a time. And as you practice this, you will begin to notice something miraculous. The more you give yourself permission to be a mess, the less messy you will feel. The more you allow the chaos, the more a new, deeper, more authentic order begins to emerge. An order that is not imposed by the ego, but arises naturally from the soul. This is the beautiful paradox of healing. Surrender is the path to strength. Falling apart is the path to becoming whole.
We have traveled a great distance today, from the cracking pillar of the strong woman to the sacred chaos of a soul's rebellion, from the exhaustion of the performance to the liberating truth of the permission slip. You now hold a sacred key in your hands. The key is not to a stronger set of armor. It is the key to your own cage. For so long, you may have believed that to be whole meant to never fall apart. To be worthy meant to always have it all together. To be strong meant to never admit you were tired. But the deepest truth of this journey is this: the cracks are not your weakness. They are the places where the light gets in. The mess is not your failure. It is the fertile soil from which your true self can finally grow. And your exhaustion is not a flaw. It is a holy and honest response to an inhuman weight. The act of giving yourself permission to be a mess is not an act of surrender to chaos. It is an act of profound courage. It is the moment you declare that your humanity is more important than your image. It is the moment you stop performing for the world and start living for your soul. This conversation, this radical act of self-permission, is one of the greatest gifts you can give to yourself. You are not just resting. You are reclaiming your right to be human. You are giving yourself the grace to be the beautifully complex, imperfect, and glorious being that you are. It will not be a tidy process.
It will be a practice, a delicate, sometimes clumsy dance of letting go of control and trusting the wisdom of your own inner world. But it is the dance of true freedom. It is the path back home to yourself. And so I ask you to close your eyes just for a moment. Imagine that heavy armor you have been wearing for so long, the armor of the strong one. Feel its weight on your shoulders. And now imagine yourself unbuckling it piece by piece and letting it fall to the ground. That feeling, that lightness, that terrifying, beautiful freedom is your birthright. It is the beginning of breathing again. And so, as a quiet declaration to the universe, a promise to yourself that you are done with the performance, I invite you to go to the comments below and simply write the words, "I am laying the armor down." Let this be your anchor, a gentle reminder of the powerful choice you are making for yourself today. But I must be honest with you. When you lay the armor down, when you give yourself permission to feel, the feelings that come up can be big. The sadness can be deep, the anger can be fierce, and the old voice of your inner critic may whisper, "You are too much, your feelings are too big, this is too messy." What if those feelings are not too much? What if they are exactly the right size? If you want to continue this journey of honoring your inner world, I invite you to watch the next video in our series. In that video, we will discover how to validate your own emotions and silence the inner critic with a powerful affirmation for the woman who has always been made to feel like she is too much. Until then, be gentle with yourself. The journey of laying down your armor begins now.